my name is Nebulosz. Welcome back to my channel. And first, let me just start off by saying that I know this is a long video, but I will be cutting it down into just shorter segments, sort of like each 2 or 3 little like pieces of information into like a different video, just so it's easy for you guys to watch at a later date. But anyway, onto the meat of the video. So let's jump straight in. First off, a massive thank you to Cohen for finding all of the info on the new game in the battle log code and posting it on his blog for the world to see. The link for his blog will be in the description. Anyway, now it is confirmed that the next game is going to be Battlefield Hardline. So, that's proven by the fact that EA have put it up on Origin for pre-order. The standard edition, of course, is going to be $59.99 in the US, or in US dollars, and $69.99 for the digital deluxe edition, which, is standard with all other Battlefield games. So let's get to the meaty goodness that Cohen found. So first off, we have just the basic logo for the Battlefield Hardline game. Not really much to see there. It's got the sort of like orange theme that we saw with Battlefield 4 sporting there. Yeah, so that's just the basic logo that was found. So it is confirmed. Basically, that's the confirmation that we got. However, the next picture we have is sort of like a shot of like a broken bridge in like a downtown urban area. What clicked in my mind is something probably similar to something like Siege of Shanghai. How I have the bridge going over the rivers. That's sort of like when it sort of like clicked in my mind when I saw that picture. Now, it's not really a gameplay shot, at least I don't think so. But it is just a shot of the game, so that's promising. Next up, we have some shots of the new game types. Now, they don't really show much, but it's the titles of the game mode and the pictures that tell us a lot more. So first up, we have Blood Money, which this to me sort of sounds like maybe like a new capture the flag sort of game type, in that perhaps either team has to fight for control of the money, so they'll bring it back to their side. Obviously, just like basic standard capture the flag, but just with the Battlefield Hardlines, cops and robbers type theme to it. It obviously sounds quite pretty interesting. But, however, I'm more interested in what's next, and that is a new game type called Heist. Now, this sounds very exciting, and all we see in the picture is just a big sort of like skyscraper thing with a vehicle on top. So obviously, nothing, really game type related there. But it just, it sounds like fun, and I'm extremely excited and curious to see how that's going to play out. And also, curious to see which developer introduces Heist into the online multiplayer first, Rockstar or Visceral. Anyway, next up, we have the confirmation that Visceral will be making the next Battlefield game, Hardline. Because another picture that was found was Visceral's logo amongst the other goodies and pictures that we've got. So obviously that's just sort of confirmation that our early information that we found was in fact correct. So now, moving on, we've got the two prevalent factions in the Hardline game. That is the SWAT and Thieves. So as previously speculated, it's going to be like a SWAT or police themed game against what I'm guessing to be maybe like sort of like gangland territory, like that sort of like style of gameplay, like cops and gangs. That's what I presume. Maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's not, but that's just what I thought. Sorry about that there. So that obviously confirms that it will be a police themed game, as we always thought. But that brings into question the other news that I covered in one of my earlier videos, the 100-player servers and such like. Although I'd like a 100-player heist game, which would be amazing. I'm not sure if that's really, 100 players with sort of like a SWAT kind of gameplay like that. It seems to me like that won't happen. But if it does, holy bejesus, it will be intense. But yeah, so moving swiftly on, I guess, we've got the 4 new classes, which don't really seem to have changed. Like, we don't have any information on them as of yet, but we do have their logos, pictures, whatever you want to call them. So starting off, we've got the operator taking the place of the medic or assault class, with sort of like medic symbol, badge. And then next, we've got the mechanic taking the place of the engineer, the enforcer taking the place of the support, or like, like the big heavy guns, and finally the professional taking the place as the recon. So, obviously nothing really changed, or at least we assume nothing's changed. Maybe they have changed a bit and we just don't know. But all the symbols are the same, so I'm guessing it's just renamed for the police sort of theme that they're going for. Next up, though, we've got some pictures of some new weapons, some of the weapons that we'll be getting. We've got some very familiar faces returning with Hardline. Like we've got an AK-47 variant, a G36C, a frag grenade, a UMP, an Uzi, all of the good, traditional weapons that we've had before. However, as you can see in the picture, we've got some new amazing members, like the taser, a fudging taser. Like, holy crap, that's gonna be hilarious. I really hope there's some kind of hilarious tasing animation. Otherwise, it's just gonna be, oh god, I really want it. But next up, then we have a syringe, so you can fucking go all mad scientist on people, and just stab the crap out of people with a syringe. That's cool. And then a grappling hook that you can supposedly grapple onto any visible ledge that you can see, in game. Whoa, so that sounds amazing. You can play as the robbers or the thieves, grapple up on top of a freaking skyscraper, go down and heist through the vents. That sounds fucking intense and amazing. I'm gonna hit the excitement in my voice. And then for some reason, a miner's hard hat, with the GoPro on it. Why? I'm not sure, but whatever. I'm cool with it. And then finally, with the weapons, we've got the crossbow returning, which I'm sure a lot of people are very excited for. I know that was one of the things that people absolutely loved from BF3, that still hasn't made a return to BF4 yet. I'm imagining it's going to make a return at some point, but maybe not. But now it's in Hardline, so what do you do? Then we have some, next up anyway, we have some attachments that we'll see in Hardline. Similar to most of the other Battlefield games, we just got a variety of like 4 groups, the folding, the angle, the potato, and just some foregrips that we've seen. Then you've got some RDS scopes, just sort of like the Coyote, holographic, just normal red dot, the Cobra. Then we've got some regular scopes for like sniper rifles and things, and like the JGM 6 times and all that, 6 times, 8 times. Maybe we won't see the return of the other like really long range ones, like the 40 and the 20. But maybe not. I'm not sure. And then just some laser sight, just basically the standard attachments that we've seen in every other Battlefield game. Anyway, then next up in our next picture we've got, we see some vehicles, or at least emblems of vehicles, emblems, logos, whatever, of vehicles. As you can see, we've got like the standard sort of like traditional helicopters, like the scout helicopter, attack helicopters, etc. But then we have and the jeeps and things that we've seen in other Battlefield titles. But then next up, which is more important to me, and at least sounds more fun, we've got some like sports-looking cars, and we've got some crotch rockets, which look like they're gonna be hilarious fun. And then finally, our final picture for today is of the awards. and sort of like medals that I assume we'll be getting for, like, you know, playing the game types and different things like that. Like there's one with a bag of money, which I'm guessing might be a heist, or maybe a blood money medal for, you know, winning a certain number of games or whatever. Yeah, just basically the traditional rewards and awards for beating certain game types, as you've seen in the other Battlefield games. But then, if not a picture, but if you go to the Battlefield Hardline or Battle Log website for Hardline, the link will be in the description. It's just a one-page thing, but it's got a world reveal that says it's supposed to be going to be a world reveal on June 9th at 12 p.m. So that's just one day before E3. So, you know, maybe they're going to show it off at, or the day before E3, sorry, and then they'll have all the gameplay and stuff and more details during E3. Which, you know, fair enough, that sounds like fine to me. But on the topic of E3, it was confirmed by EA that the Hardline will be at E3, and there will be a playable beta, not alpha, beta, at E3, which is quite surprising considering when BF4 was shown off at E3, it was a very early alpha build specifically for E3. So hopefully this means that Hardline is a lot later in development, and so we won't see a lot of the problems like that of what we had with Battlefield 4. You know, so basically in my mind, in my personal opinion, Hardline seems like it's gonna be a pretty awesome love child between something like maybe like Rainbow Six Vegas and Battlefield, perhaps with like a little bit of Homefront or Payday mixed in there. You know, I don't want to speculate too much because I know everybody else on the interwebs is doing that, and it's people are complaining that it's not an actual Battlefield game. Even if it's not, it's still going to be pretty goddamn epic, and I think you guys can agree with that, based off what we have news at the moment, and what's going to come out of E3. But, you know, so, basically that's all I really have for you today. If you guys want to know more about the next game in the Battlefield family, make sure to smash that video like button, so let me know that you did like the video and you are interested in this game. And yeah, I guess, what are you guys most excited about in the new game? Are you more excited to see some gameplay? You want to see some kind of like the new weapons we're gonna have in action? You know, like, what do you guys want to see? Are you excited for it at all? Yeah, let me know down below. And as always, stay tuned and subscribed to me for all the latest Battlefield news. Yeah, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.